What's going on, family? Are you having a difficult time with people respecting what you do, seeing your value, and wasting your time? I got 3 tips that will change your whole situation around. I want people to see your value. You need to watch this video right now. Let's go. Family, you guys are so amazing. I want to say thank you for clicking on this video. Here on this channel, our mission is to empower the world to never give up, one video at a time. So today's mission, today's topic that we're talking about is, how do I get people to respect my value, especially the content that I'm placing on YouTube? Before we get started, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to subscribe to our channel. If this is your first time watching the Aosinspires video, I need you to subscribe, leave something in the comments, and hit that thumbs up button. It costs you nothing, but it means everything to us. Listen, I want to help you on today because I struggled with this for a while. I was putting out content, I was producing things, and people wasn't really respecting what I was doing. They didn't even see the value in what I was doing. And the crazy part about it is, this is the reason why I can speak so eloquently about this thing. Because for the simple fact is, in the beginning, people didn't see the value. People didn't appreciate what I was doing until I used these 3 tips that I'm going to give you guys on today for free $99. The first tip that I want to share with you is presentation. That's the biggest one that I can really suggest to you, presentation. And now, before we get started, let me give you a little backdrop so you can know that my credentials are certified. So what happened was, I put out Project Upgrade. I asked all of my followers, everybody that follow Aosinspires, this is how you know that I'm certified, right? I put out something that is entitled Project Upgrade. I needed $800 for the camera, this Canon 800D, which is right here. And I asked my followers to sew into that. Right at that moment, I began to second guess myself. I was like, God, hold on, you telling me to do what? Nah, I can't do that. But I'm glad I listened to the voice of God. I listened, and I asked all of my followers to sow into what you believe. I pour into you guys each and every week. YouTube, I'm dropping 3 videos a week. Matter of fact, go ahead and hit the subscribe button now. I'm dropping 3 videos a week on YouTube, and I'm encouraging people for free, not asking for anything. So my followers, they believed in me, and they began to sow into me. I'm thinking that's going to take about 3 months, a month. I think it's going to take 6 months to get $800. It only took me 2 days. You know, you guys believed in me so much. That's how I'm certified with my credentials to give you what I'm giving you now. So the first one is presentation. I want to share with all of the content creators out there, presentation is so important. Now, I understand people are saying, listen, I'm not going to start producing videos until I get my mic. I'm not going to start producing videos until I get a better camera, until I get lights, until I get a background. I want to tell you this, that's nothing but excuses, right? So the presentation is, do the best that you can with what you have. Start. That's the #1 rule with YouTube content creators, also on Facebook, whatever social media platform that you're on, and you're producing some content. The first rule, thumb rule, or whatever you want to call it, is get started. Start with what you have. And what happens is, when you start with what you have, you begin to build with that, right? So you start and you begin to see the quality, you begin to master the quality that you have, and you're like, hold on, I need to get upgraded. I need to get a little bit better. I need to get better camera. I need to get a better lighting system. I need to get a better everything, right? So, but start with what you have. Presentation is everything. And the reason I want to tell you that presentation is everything is because people look for content. They look for content, but they also look for presentation. It's just like this. If you go to a car dealership and they try to sell you a car, and the car that they're trying to sell you is flat, won't start, dirty on the interior, chances are you're not going to buy that car, right? Because presentation is so important. And this is the #1 key element that I thought about that helped me with presentation, with everything that I do. I'm really big on presentation. The reason I say I'm big on presentation is because before I get on camera, I make sure that my head is good. I make sure that my clothes is good. I make sure I'm shaved. I make sure that my presentation to you on the camera, on the other side of the lens, it's all consistent. So one of the things that helped me with the presentation part was that I thought about the very favorite thing, and I think I told you guys before, I'm gonna tell you again. I was watching the Bill Cosby show, and he said something to Vanessa's fiance that really blessed my life, and I said, I gotta use that. It's really good. So what he said was, think about your favorite food to eat. Think about the very thing that you love to eat. Whatever it is, I don't eat meat anymore, so one of my favorite things is a boil bag. I love shrimp, lobster, food. I love seafood, but a boil bag that I normally get has crab legs, shrimp, corn, and potatoes in it, right? So if you get that ensemble together, and I'm using the analogy that Bill Cosby used, but I put it my own way. So you get that ensemble together, it tastes so good and it looks so delicious. But before you give it to me, you go to my trash can and get my trash can lid and put all the contents that I love and put it on the trash can lid and serve it to me. Do you think I'm gonna eat it? Absolutely not. Because presentation is poor. When your presentation is poor on social media, when your presentation is poor in public, when they see you, chances are you're going to lose credibility all across the board. I need you to take presentation so seriously. Why is presentation so seriously? Because it's 95% of your growth on social media. Period. Number 2, consistency. I want you to stay consistent throughout. It's impossible for somebody to value something that's not consistent. When you're in fact not consistent, it's impossible to value it because I don't know when I'm gonna get it again, right? So it's just like a relationship. In the relationship, if the man pays the bills or he opens doors, whatever nice gesture that he does for you, when he keeps on doing those nice gestures, you become, you become comfortable with it, or you become in expectancy, right? Because he has set a bar for expectation. And since that bar for expectation has been set, now you place him in the category of being consistent. The danger about YouTube content makers or Facebook, whatever it is that you're doing, the danger is there's no consistency with things that you're doing. So since there's no consistency, it's like, how do I follow what's not consistent? When you in fact are not consistent, you make it difficult for your followers to keep on following you, because it's like, okay, you post every 3 days on YouTube, great, but now a month has gone by and you haven't posted anything, and you still expect people to linger around and support you and to love the content that you're producing, but you're not being consistent. Anything that's not consistent is irrelevant. Number 3, always be a student. Listen, that's the number 1 thing that has helped me get over the hump to become successful on YouTube, to become successful on Facebook. And of course, as you're looking at this now, if you're looking at this 6 months or 2 years later, you see how big my YouTube channel is now. But when I recorded this, I'm at 120 followers on YouTube, but I have a larger following on Facebook. I have over 10,000 people on Facebook that's following me, that's connected to me. However, the number 1 thing that has been successful in everything that I do, it's because I've always been a student. Always humble yourself. Number 1 rule of thumb with me when I meet somebody, if they're giving me advice or I'm giving them advice, the number 1 rule and the number 1 thing that turns me off about a person that I cannot stand is when you're giving somebody some information and the first thing they say is, oh, I already know that. I can't stand that. It does not matter if you know it or not. Just listen to the advice that somebody is trying to give you, and if you can't use it, you can't use it. It is what it is. Stop burning bridges that you may have to cross in 5 minutes. Always find yourself being a student. I spend hours upon hours upon hours watching YouTube, trying to find out how to get great, trying to find out how to better my content, how to make my lighting better, how to make my cameras better. I'm just a student, right? So whenever somebody comes with some information, I'm here with pen and piece of paper, not talking, just listening. Think about it. That's why God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you can listen more than you talk. Always become a student. When you always keep yourself at that student level that you're always learning, you will in fact get your territory increased, right? Because you're always a student. You're always trying to get better. You're always trying to make yourself better. You're always trying to get better or get to the next level. Because if you're not a student, guess what? You can't get to the next level. Listen, family, you guys are so amazing. I hope that these 3 tips were helpful to your life. so people can start seeing the value that's in you. I want to let you know you have so much value. You bring so much to the table that people may not be able to see right now. But I promise you, if you use those 3 tips, I guarantee you, they begin to see the value that's inside of you. Stay consistent. Presentation is very important. And always be a student, and your value will go up. I promise you. If you look at my Facebook page, you look at my YouTube page, my Instagram page, I have inspired a lot of people that may not say anything, but I have inspired a lot of people because I see their work. Listen, if you're on Facebook, we're Aosinspires. YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me right now. So every time we produce these good content videos, you will get notified. If you're on Instagram, we're Aosinspires. I promise you, if you holler at us, we'll definitely holler back at you. And our mission at this channel is to empower the world to never give up, one video at a time. I'll see you guys soon. Grace and peace.